Hey, this is Spin Trip Ball, and I just recently got the expansion, the newest expansions, or I guess it's not technically the expansion yet, although that is coming soon. But I got Indonesia, Alexander, Namibia. I picked up all the ones that I hadn't picked up yet. So um, I do pick Nubia and Minotaur, a Minotaur. I'm not sure how to say her name. I put it on Immortal Difficulty. This is an Immortal. It's going to be an Immortal playthrough if I make it to the end. I go game speed epic. I like my games a little slower. And then I actually decide to go into the advanced option, so I can go through here and pick some advanced options. But and I go through and decide to put a lot of the people on the left side that I haven't played a lot of games with before. See, I played this game a lot when it first came out, but I haven't really dug back into it a ton. But Civ is one of those games that it gets better and better as it goes along. So you see, I put it on game speed epic still. City states 18. It's the standard for the huge map size I put it on. I set it to continents because I feel like that's a pretty fair mode. And I go um, Nubia gets a bonus from hot, arid, and so I guess now that looking back on this is just, but I at the time I was just like, hot, arid, less water. Let's see what this fun, weird combo gets me. I thought, maybe something interesting would come out of it, and I mean it did. I have to say, I enjoyed my playthrough. Now you'll see me here, like I said, I'm going through and I'm picking certain people not because I think they're easy to play against, but because I haven't played against them a lot. Um, and I haven't played a lot of Immortal, actually, to be honest with you. I've not played any deity in this civilization, and this is my first more than dipping a toe into Immortal. Because the last time I played Immortal, I had friends that I was playing with that it wasn't set up on teams, but my friend was actually on my team. You know how it goes whenever you play multiplayer Civ, probably. So you can see there I got Poland, Indonesia, and Greece, but Alexander the Great to be specific. So I'm just trying to pick all the expansions, and Montezuma, I think he was in it, or DLC. No, there hasn't been an expansion yet, so they're all either DLC. I think he came with the game if you got I think you just had to get the good game of but I'm not entirely sure. I don't remember. Montezuma, I think he's a add-on. John Curtin from Australia. And you'll see here that she has the Patati. I'm not sure how to say that. I thought it was Pitato, but I'm not sure. Which is a ballin unit that replaces the Archer. The Nubian Pyramid, which is useful if you get the right start. Her stuff is also plus 50% production toward range units. Whoo! All range units gain plus 50% combat experience. Oh, I thought that might be OP. Mines over strategic resources provide plus one production. Mines over bonus and luxury resources provide plus two gold. So all mines provide some kind of bonus, and pretty substantial one at that. And then plus 20% production toward all districts, rising to 40% if there is a Nubian pyramid adjacent to the city center. So building next to your pyramids will get you a 20% production boost on your districts. I'm not sure what it means rising to 40 plus 40%. Oh, rising from the regular plus 20? I'm not sure. Um, yep, that's about it. I'll cut back in whenever the game starts cuz these loading screens, man. But you don't have to deal with that, so you'll see me in a minute. Okay, and here we are. Let's see what we have. Immediately I think this is a nice start. Let's check. You want to move in a direction that you can get some vision. So move out. Ooh, village right off the bat. I like this starting location. Look at that. Two cotton, a rice. two banana, a wheat, but a wheat, two cotton, and a rice all right within me. But I still have good production nearby because that top line up there, you're gonna see the bananas with two and the wood line with three there, the wood line with two to the south. All good things. Boom, bronze working update. Not that that helps me that much since I'm going obviously a ranged route with the Nubian Empire. Immediately you see I had a scout there show up, and boom, right next to home, I've got a barbarian base. Oh, oh. Anyone who plays Civ knows barbarians are the basic enemy in the beginning, and yeah, running into one right off the bat, not so great, especially on this difficulty. That close to home. I mean, oh man, is that close to home? Here you'll see I'm going for a slinger because uh 5 turns for a slinger on epic. Man, you can't tell me that's not a deal. That's a fucking steal. That is a steal. So I've already got one slinger cranked out. You know, another slinger probably go slinger, 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 something something like that after this. I think that's what I do. And man, whew, I'm lucky that I'm able to run back behind that river and get to somewhere safe. Because before you get that bonus from your code of laws, it's tough on you. It's tough on you to beat barbarians out here. So I go ahead and back off. I'm not trying to push hard. Plus one new population was scored this early in game to have that population boost. Just automatically put you up at 2. That's such a clutch thing to get. It's great to get scouts. That's the other thing I like to get from them. I think those are, oh, and of course you can possibly get relics, but those are the 3 things you'll be looking for to get. I find that getting a new population or a scout is a lot more common. Getting a relic is a little more rare. But so I do not want him to take my kill right here. This is a problem between the two of us. Gandhi, aka I'm gonna nuke you late game, bro. Oh, he acts all peaceful throughout the game, but yeah, late game, ain't so nice at all. I got the writing for meeting a new empire. It's a nice little bonus there. And I'm trying to figure out how to get the win on this without losing no guys. You can see on the left side of my main city there, I'm already getting detected by a scout, which means more barbarians. If you see that exclamation point, it means barbarians. And this is my first playthrough on Immortal, and I'm thinking this don't look good. It don't look great, at least. Well, so it's my first playthrough. This is my first long playthrough on Immortal. Like this is the furthest I got. I've dipped my toes into it a couple times, but uh, well, I guess not even long playthrough. I've dipped my toes into it a couple times, but it was with a friend. So, you know, we kind of teamed up against the AI. We reset it a bunch of times until we got the perfect map, stuff like that. I've been trying to do a little more random. I guess I did put things in my favor by going desert. And then here I am not even utilizing the desert to the full potential I should be, but uh yeah, what can I say? I'm gonna decide to go for the military base. Go ahead and get those points because I mean the kill, a little experience. I can't finish him this turn anyways, so I go for that. You can see I've already expanded my culture out to the bananas, which is great. And look what I see up above me. And remember, I'm a mining culture, so I started out and I thought I don't see much mining stuff next to me. Look how ridiculous Alexander. I haven't played with him since look at him. He is just the most ridiculous. Sorry, there's no sound. I recorded this with the sound off because honestly, I was listening to a podcast while I played. This is one of those games that I mean, I play it with stuff on in the background over the course of a day. It's a long game. It goes on and on. So, I'm just going to keep doing just me commentary. If you guys want some music or something, let me know. I can maybe put some music on this in the background, or I can maybe get going with the with actually recording the sound when I do it. It just means I have to not listen to a podcast or anything while I'm recording, which is eh, a change. But if I'm making Let's Play videos for you all instead of just for me, then I can do it. Now, this is perfect because I had a little help and I'm going to be able to. Oh, he ran off. Oh, I'm still learning at this game a little bit. I got excited at a point like that, and then I didn't realize that. Yeah, I mean the scout's definitely gonna outrun me, and without a scout to chase him down, there's not much I can do about it. I probably should have just let him go. Political philosophy. That's one of the great things to get early on. 3 city-states, I got that. I mean, to get before the time you run into having to discover political philosophy. Getting that bonus to it by finding 3 city-states is really nice. And you can see me here just trying to prevent the scout. And now I realize that that other scout is the scout from the place I killed, so he's going to keep coming back around. So I finish him off, which is good. I don't want no barbarian horde showing up on my city, which they will. If you don't keep those scouts at bay, you gotta keep them away, man. And I think another slinger, another slinger. You gotta have 3 slingers, right? So you can get the archery bonus, and plus, whenever I go into archery, I'm going to actually get those patata archers or petiti archers or patati archers or patata archers. I don't honestly know how it's pronounced. Now, what I'm doing is branching out, looking for city sites. One thing you'll where my slinger is up here, near where my cursor is, near that jade and gypsum. I'm building a city there. That's too perfect. So close, just on the other side of the jungle, near some mountains. Has mining next to it, like banana. That's horses. I'm gonna have 2 horse resources. Oh man, I wish I had horse or archers. That would be great, but you know uh, probably end up doing some cavalry or some knights at some point, and those horses might come in handy. Hmm. Yeah, trying to decide here. I know, overthinking it. Trying to decide exactly where I want to put my city, and just doing some medial work. So. Okay, I've got 3 slingers back out on the board, and I've decided to put in a settler as what I'm building next. And I'm either going to move him to this left side down here, where, ooh, another village, or this right side up here. And next turn during this intervention, guess what? Guess? Can you guess? I need you to guess. Guess what happens? Oh, not that. That's not what I was talking about. But yeah, that's strength towards fighting barbarians. That's a good thing. And then I'm looking at that +1 faith and +1 gold. But then I'm looking at the, because I'm about to have another city up online in pretty short amount of time. Yeah, I'm going for it. Going for the production, which it looks like takes a turn off my settler at least, I think. And foreign trade, because I've already discovered a second continent. That makes that an easy decision because it's going to um it's gonna have the boost, So you want to do the ones that are boosted, obviously, unless there's something you're racing toward or some reason to not to. You do the ones that you already have the um, Eurekas for, so that you can develop faster. I don't know what that pause was about, but yeah, so you can develop faster. And you can see I'm real happy I found that city site up there. That's gonna be a good city site, but I'm gonna keep searching because there's 2 rivers here, and civilization around rivers, how that stuff goes. So yeah, especially on a less water. Although I'm not sure if that just affects the coastline or all water. I think arid actually affects the amount of fresh water, but it may just increase the amount of desert spaces. I'm not entirely sure. Desert and tundra. I believe she's from the DLC Poland. I think she's some kind of new DLC. I don't remember her in the original game, but she might have been. I never played a wide variety of classes. I kind of stuck to the, I don't know, 5 or 6 heroes or leaders that I really liked. And that copper is good, but their city's probably going to get it. And I'm just keeping an eye up here in case any settlers pop up. Want to keep that slinger there to keep any settlers or even scouts, kind of a forward back, defense to keep scouts away. Yes, someone did steal that hut from me, one of the scouts from Poland. So, rip. I think that it's like the opportune space. And then how do you hit on growing inventory? Use fight for your people. Like he just don't like me for no reason. For real. Like Alexander the Great just takes a disliking to me in this game. Alexander Macedon. Oh, I wonder if he's listed as different from Greek. If they list him as Macedonian, that would be interesting. Okay, I'm done dealing with that prick. Um, Alexander the Great of Macedon or whatever. You can see I've got technologies coming up. Archery, irrigation. I really need that one. And I'm hoping I manage to get a builder out before, and then I can hit the farm resource and get the Eureka. I may have made a bad decision there. Man, Civ, it's a learning curve, especially with new civilizations, which this is my first time playing as. Look, they plain just don't like you. Like, what the hell? This is my first time playing as Nubia, as well as my second time playing as Nubia. Actually, I think I started one other game as him, but like real short. I just went like a few turns, and it is my first like me versus all the CPUs Immortal game. I like to exchange ideas on capitals, especially with her. I do not want to be her enemy. She makes a bad enemy early in game. I've already got Alexander the Great on my ass. Let's stay friendly with Miss Two Horse Archers at a time over there. I believe that's who she is. Yeah, she's the Two Horse Archers guy or girl. Fucking Tamiris or whatever. Whew. Yeah, she's a beast. Oh, she rush. She rough. Um, see all that. I like that elephant there, all that floodplain over there on that left side. It's probably a good area to build a city as well. And boom, pulling scouts all around me. What? Okay. Multiple scouts are good. Going scouts is smart. I'm working with this Nubia civilization and trying to see if you can slinger mass produce to get your scouting done. I don't know if it's gonna work or not. I think scouts make 3 Polish scouts. I think scouting may still be a better way to go. Scout first and slinger, or slinger, scout, slinger. I don't know. Slingers are so cheap for Nubia that it feels like there's a way to do good with them as your like primary early unit. And I do run a lot of slingers and archers in this game. This particular game, not the game in general. In general, I like to go swordsman. Uh, just depending. Sometimes I like to go, a variety. Sometimes you want well-rounded. Sometimes I just go straight walls and just like, don't kill me. uh, I do like going walls because of the walls that you get later on in game. The bonus in the medieval ages for having medieval walls around your city. Sometimes I go no walls at all and just go balls to the wall and risk it. Now here's my first settler. My first challenge obviously is to get him up there and get him in that city spot. Uh, I want to get that second city settled as fast as I can. I mean, you just want to, like, in my opinion, if you can have your settler pop out the second you hit 4 on your city. I see. I have 5 turns till I'm 3, so at 5 turns till I would have been 4. But if you can hit it whenever you reach population of 4, hit that settler. So your 3 main spots, you just say on 3 people on 3 spots, pump a settler out. You want to because you need to spread. Making cities early in this game, I feel like is way more important than in Civ 5. Like it is a rush to settle a couple cities. I mean, with the districts and everything, I just think getting your cities up online is way more important at this point. Holy shit! Look what I just ran up on. The guy who doesn't like me coming at me with a giant swath of soldiers and a settler. Now he's probably settling that river there. Was what I thought. Probably settling that river there, but that's not a good sign at all. And you can see there's a another fort right there that's popped up, a barbarian fort in the desert. I don't know if they tend to pop up in the desert, but they at least tended to this match. And you can see that's where I'm going to put my city. I think I've decided I'm putting it right there. So I start bringing my other slinger back down to defend my hometown. And I do make a warrior, even though it's a slinger to Pitati archer. Uh, I did think making a warrior was a good idea just to have a little more closing power in some situations. What to build here was a debate, but it takes a little while for you to get to enough housing. Like all the production time seems so long in the beginning, but like once if you're growing in 8 turns, then all of a sudden that's going to cut in half. So I'm thinking I really do need some culture. Uh, but slingers at 4 turns still just looks so like. I mean, I feel like you could really do a high pressure early game move with Nubia where you just like where you go slingers, then rush straight to the Patati archers and just terrorize people early game. I decided to be a little more defensive. I don't know if the range lends itself to being a little more defensive, but that is definitely the way I go. And you can see me here looking over the bonuses that I'll be getting from mining and making sure that I don't get a bonus from the quarry, which that is well, it requires mining, it is a quarry that you make there on the gypsum. That's a little bit confusing at first. It'll say requires mining, then you're like, yeah, I'll build a mine here, but then you see over there the mercury, on the other hand, is a mine, and I think both mercury and jade are luxury mines. So I will be getting the extra 2 gold a piece from them for my civilization bonus. And you can see at the top right, I've got a scout flagging uh, exclamation point near my city. You can see in the top right of the UI, the user interface. Oh, you could see. I got a lot of people mad at me. Not a lot of people like super pumped about badass Nubians over here, and they're not. Yeah, they're not super psyched. It does not seem. And I go into settler review a lot, so I can get a lot. I really like these lenses that they've added in the game. It lets you boom this view, boom that view, and so I go into settle view a lot when I play. And I'm thinking what I want is another settler, so I can put it down there by that river over there with the mercury before someone else grabs that spot. I know there's a river to my right, and I haven't explored that way yet, but there's a guaranteed mercury, which is going to be a bonus resource, and it puts it at a kind of defensive position, being on the other side of the desert. I hope no one tries to settle just straight up the desert in between the two cities. That's what I'm thinking at this point in the game. I want to build a city over to the left. And no, I haven't finished this game, by the way. I've only played the one session, so I don't know how far I'll make it in this Immortal game. Like, you might be online watching me going, oh no, look at his mistakes. He's gonna get crushed in the whatever era, and So here, I mean, I've played Immortal for a little bit, so I have an idea of how hard it's gonna be. But it was with a teammate, so you know, a teammate, and they didn't have teammates, so it was like 2 versus 1 versus 1 versus 1 versus 1, and that's not really fair. I go for the +2 faith for mines over luxury resources because I got the 2 luxury resources, and +2 faith, +2 gold. That's pretty big early, and I feel like Nubia really does lend itself to like an early game something, but I don't know if it's a rush yet. And you can see those warriors leaking up towards my capital city of Meroe. Anyways, not gonna be going. You can see flashing my. I'm gonna get that scout. He keeps running away. I'm trying to get him with the slinger so that I can get the bonus for archery to get it upgraded. Uh, and keep my politics the way they are. Trying to manage my Eurekas here, go for the craftsmanship. I think I can improve 3 tiles. I got a builder coming out in 3 turns, so should be able to be done. And you can see me here with the bonus now from my politics. I can easily crush the barbarians. Trying to explore a little ways up that river to the right up there. I capped the barbarian encampment. Here, I'm moving my slingers down. I'm bringing my people in. I think I am going to be under attack. That's what. Oh, it's not looking good. You can see Alexander coming up hard. He's denounced me. It's pretty obvious that Alexander the Great is just going to try and conquer. Unknown reason. He just don't like me, y'all. He just don't like me though. I mean, so I am conflicted here. I go ahead and finish off the scout to get my experience. And you can see me moving all of my army back home. I feel like the Romans moving their legions back to Rome. Although this is a little prehistory from the Romans. We still got clubs and slingers, you know. Yeah, this is more like Stone Age for sure. This would be like the Neolithic. Moving around. You see, I'm making everything come back. I think Alexander saw no one at my home city, and he was like, "Oh yeah, let's move in." And then he didn't realize I had all these other units that I could kind of mobilize around inwards, because 2 warriors ain't gonna cut it. I'm not saying that it stays 2 warriors, but I mean that's just what I'm thinking now. The armies of Greece await you with open arms. Declares a surprise war. What a surprise! Not, but it is a surprise that there is 4 when I was expecting there to be 2 or 3, and there's maybe more than 4. I do like the boost to building walls already, defensive tactics, because I do like to get walls up early. I think I'm going kind of a defensive, kind of a mix between not warlike, but a mix between expansive in the uh, population sense, like the number of cities, wide versus tall, while maintaining uh, a, a, a walled city thing. And trying to get that medieval bonus. So have a decent amount of cities, but get them all walled. Archers for defenses, obviously, it seems obvious to go range, because even after your special archer unit, you still have that 50% bonus to building range units. So this is going to be a game full of me really utilizing the range system. And I'm not always a giant ranged guy. I mean, archers, of course, are useful, but I don't know. I like the cavalry, and I do find range to be a bit more useful in this game than in previous Civ titles due to the mechanics, the way the mechanics work. Although 5 was somewhat similar, but I do prefer 6. I'm not gonna lie, I prefer 6 over 5. And this is controversial. I do believe it's a controversial subject. I prefer 5. I prefer 6 over 5. I know a lot of people say they love 5, and 5 was the one. I like the art style and everything on this one better. I like the art style. I'm not. I mean, oh, look at that! Whoo! Them all attacking my city, and it just tore them up, trying to tear away that city health. It's just along with all the other units I have, trying to attack my city down is probably a bad idea for them. They do have some units in the field. On the left side there, my soldier with the promotion, you can see the little one next to his club. He's definitely kind of a clutch player coming in here to help out. He peeled some of the defenders off the backside of my city, and I have to move a little bit, so I decided to move back away. And then I move him here so that we can get multiple attacks in. We're trying to eliminate as many as possible. There's my archery bonus. Got my archery completed. And then now I have a dilemma. Do I do the damage? Do I upgrade to archer? Where do I attack? I think I decided to heal him and then upgrade to archer. Because there is no way for me to get around to him to attack. And I'm not sure if any of these decisions are the ideal decisions. I am not a pro civilization player, if there is such a thing, and I am somewhat new to 6. I've played quite a bit when it first came out, and Now and I've played consistently since then, but now that I've got all this new DLC and stuff, I'm like, oh hey, that bless the holiday season or Merry motherfucking Christmas, however you want to say it. I don't give a fuck. I'm just glad that things come out. I'm not sure when the new expansion comes out, but there's something like six. I think they said six fucking. Ooh, I'm hype. A lot of new civilizations in it, and that's all. Yeah, no, that's not all. Some other stuff. That's a scary moment right there when the guy I thought was going to be good defenses, he had the bonus 20% towards land units or something, and he gets taken out. And you can see I still haven't got my three improved tiles, which I thought would be a quick thing. He's running low on health, but he needs, and he's got already got the promotion experience, but he needs to clear him out, which did not happen. Look at that sliver of health. I need to get better at calculating those things, and had to use the archers, which if I would have used them first, would have finished them off, and I would have been able to move the other ones. So you see, I make a lot of mistakes here. Even on Immortal, the CPUs are not the brightest in the world, but we'll see how this ends in the end. They may end up beating me. Uh, Obviously, I've already revealed that they do not this game, but it is possible that they get to me. So now I've kind of survived the war against Alexander. You can see I've beat back most of his soldiers. Um, he's got a lingering warrior there. I think there's one more that I might have seen run off. And you may be asking, am I going to rush and take his city in retaliation? And the answer is no. Like I said, I think I want to play kind of defensive. I don't know the best way to play with Nubia, and uh, I'm no expert on Immortal, so we're we're trying to play it safe. Ooh, look with the comeback. See, he feinted me. They're a little smarter because he fell back and then pulled forward afterwards. I don't have the gold for the archer upgrade right now, so I mean we're digging in every way we can, eh? Ooh, I wish I hadn't moved so close there. I'm not sure if that was necessary. I'm now left with two open attackers on that one archer. That's not a great idea. It's so easy to see your flaws whenever you're watching them back, but in the heat of the moment, sometimes it's hard to make those decisions. And I think I have, oh no, I still have three possible archers on the field, so that's lucky. And I have a trade caravan coming up because I want to get that envoy with Amsterdam. I want to get the coin coming in from Amsterdam. That's going to be helpful. Finally get my irrigation that allows me to work towards my three improved tiles, which I think I'll still get done in plenty of time. I'm not rushing culture on this game by any means. that like by no means. This is not a culture rush. Although one of my favorite ways to play is a Roman or Greek even culture rush, but especially a Roman culture rush. Spartan culture rushes are fun. Um, so are the Athenian culture rushes, to be honest. All culture rushes probably are kind of fun. But what I'm doing here, I think I haven't really decided based on Nubia yet. I'm not sure where their strengths lie, so and I don't know where I'm going this game. I wasn't presented with great early faith options, so I didn't really go towards faith. I don't even know if I'll get a religion because it feels like there's a limited amount of religions, and like some civilizations, you just get stuck with other people's religions. So we'll see how that plays out. I'm not entirely sure. Uh, I- I'm glad that I was able to defend against that first invasion. I honestly thought that Alexander the Great might just steamroll me. But that early population helped me. You can see I got Rowclaw there over in the distance on the left side, and then I have Alexander to my south, and so I want to get something on the other side of that desert there so that I'm not pushed back into going north. Although there is unexplored land to the north of me, I don't want to be pushed back into that unexplored land in case there's not something good back there. I know for a fact that there is something good over off to the south. west, so I'm definitely going to get that next settler. You can see I've got a settler in action now. 11 turns until complete, 12 turns, something like that. And that's where that's going. That's definitely it's going over to the bottom left to next to that Mercury. Assuming I can get it there without getting interrupted by any enemies or anything. But that seems like an attack effectively repelled. And I honestly thought about like wrapping up and saving it right here, and I kind of wish I did now since I've got another 20 something minutes to narrate. My voice is starting to give a little bit, but we're gonna go ahead and power through it until at least the end of the save, and then I save game, and I haven't picked back up since. So, Overwatch. I've been thinking about getting back into Counter Strike Go. I'm a pretty sufficient Go player, or at least I was. I might be shat now, but a lot of fun playing it either way. And look at the range, movement, and attack on those the Patati archers. It's just ooh, great defense control with a bit of mobility early on. That it kind of dangerous troops and a nice a possible explorer. Like maybe I should be waiting, not sending my slingers to explore so much, and then sending the archers out once I get them. Riding, and I'm not sure if that was the right choice either. I do want to get some education up, and I was thinking I've got jungle and stuff next to me, so maybe I'll get a good university spot. I didn't actually do the math, or the whatever you want to call it, logistics. I didn't do the logistics, you could say. No great works. That makes me sad. I want to get a great work early on. Make peace for 4 gold a turn. I end up taking the deal. I mean, I, I could go pick off some more of his troops, but I don't want to stay at war and get the wartime penalties, and I want to get back in people's good graces. I want to get peace and make some friggin' friends in the world before this turns into one of those games where every single other civilization goes, "Hey mate, what'd you just do? Hey mate, what'd you just do? Hey mate, what'd you just do?" And all come attacking me, which has happened before. And look, he just made peace with me, and he's already talking shit. Like, sometimes the AI in this game frustrates me. And I'm running no mods. I know there may be mods for. I think I think I might have a couple mods that like affect my zoom and other random stuff. But like, I'm running no like gameplay mods, and it just the AI just frustrates me. I know there may be some mods out there that fix the AI, but this ain't working, man. I'm not about it as it stands. Like, it's okay. I mean, what can you say about it? It is what it is. I mean, there's no real diplomacy. It's been hard to get good diplomacy in a game. I mean, what games have I played with good diplomacy? I think that the game that's come closest have been games by the people who made Stellaris. I forget the name of their company, but they also I think made Crusaders and quite a few other games that are RTS type games, and I think they may have had the best politics. Not 100% sure, but they seem to have the best politics that I've played in any RTS. I think she's telling me to find God. That girl, that bish, that Polish bish, who demands that she's a man. Like, nothing. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I think Tamiris, one of the other queen type figures in this game, actually demanded she was a man. Uh, I'm pretty sure that's historic. I think that's correct. I think I heard that in Extra History's video on YouTube the other day. So you can go check that out. Extra History. It's a great history channel. If you're into Civilization, you may like their extra credits history. Other good history channel, History with Hilbert, I find quite fun. There's some other ones out there, but those are two that I watch for sure. Right here, I'm looking at it like, oh, look how juicy that uh that city is. That second city is real juicy. That first city was real juicy. Two juicy cities in a row. looking like I mean a pretty good start. Some of it might be luck, but I mean, what can you say? A lot. I put it on balance starting spot, so it should be pretty even as far as how our starts are. The early Empire boost for having 6 civilizations is a good thing. I think early Empire is the one that gives you the quick settler build, but I kind of already got done building my settlers, so I don't know if I timed that perfectly or not. And over there, I'm just exploring. Down here, I'm trying to hold my spot for sure. And look, ye there. Wonder why I'm trying to hold my spot. And there's Tamiris. I think that's the lady who was demanded she was a man, and everyone addressed her as a man and whatnot. I'm gonna go ahead and bring my bat over here, my warrior, and I'm just getting prepared for that settler coming from my capital city, which Moreau, I think is the name of it. I can't really remember or pronounce it. And I'm also fishing for other good settlement spots along this river over to my right here. You gotta remember, I have a nice shell of city-states around to my northwest, so that's not gonna be a great way for me to go. So gotta explore east along that river. One turn until I get that horse to the northwest. It's good. And I think I'm trying to figure out the optimal solution. Obviously, you want one on that Jade. Look at it now after it's got the upgrade. It's cranked. It's providing me 1 culture, 2 faith, 2 production, 2 gold, and a food. That's a hell of a space. One, three, five, seven, eight, 8 total in one spot. Pretty freaking nice. I think that's among the top amount that you can extract from one resource. Uh, and excluding wonders, I've seen some pretty cranked up resources with wonders, or not wonders, and but also especially the whatever they call the special sites, like the natural wonders, I guess is what they are. I think they might have another word for them, but yeah, the natural wonders that you find. And there you can see I hit the coast. Uh, I mean, that gives you an idea of how big the island is, or the continent is, I suppose, because I put it on continents. I wish there was a little more options in the map building, and you can see I'm trying to contain this. I do not want this settler to take my spot over here on this river. And so, guess what? I'm taking her settler. I don't care. I ain't scared. Yo, we're going to it. And then I've got India talking shit because they're all peaceful, quote unquote, until the end of the game when they nuke you. Tamiris, I'm afraid. I'm not sure she has loyalty as its own reward, but it looks like she went up from unhappy to me to happy with me, so maybe they were enemies, and I'm helping her out by doing that. I'm not entirely sure. I never made any promises to the Polish, so, but I'm taking that settler over there. That's for sure. I won't. I mean, they can't put a settler out in front of me like that and expect me not to take it. How many is there again? How many production? I gotta zoom in. Boom, look. And then I wondered why it didn't just give me the like option, like the blue should go out to the settler, but you have to like double right click and backflip and do dip, and eventually you get to it. And I grab them. And I think he denounces me as a Warhawk. Tamiris is back to unhappy. Alexander the Great is happy with me. I don't know why. Maybe just because I'm stronger than him and he doesn't want me to come crush him. Maybe because we made peace, but somehow through our little process there, he's no longer so much of an enemy. And I think I kind of disarmed him to a certain extent. Remove some of his deadliness, and now maybe he's a little scared of me. Now I'm looking up here for the hot spot because I know I need to grab a spot along that river before, I don't know, Gandhi does. It looks like the Indians have been coming from over that side. So, uh, yeah, definitely trying to figure out where the best spot to put my new settler because I'm capping that settler over to the right. I mean, over to the left. I'm capping a settler, so I need to bring my settler over to the right here to build over here on this river instead. So I'll have one city isolated on the other side of the desert. Luckily, it's pretty quick to move across deserts, but I'll have one city isolated on the other side of the desert, and then I'll have a trio up here. And in Civ 6, you were looking for cities in kind of like groups of four. Uh, that's a good way to look at it. Is like you hit your first four, that's one group because the luxury resource provides one for each, for four cities apiece. So going for the Nubian period here. I've already built a core pyramid here. I've already built a quarry and going for the early empire. Both those Eurekas are locked in. I did a decent job with Eureka management. I really feel like I need to get a district up, and it's just not happening. Um, I want the district to get the Eureka for one of the cultural technologies. I get to put my settler where he's gonna be. That new city is gonna be right there, right next to the luxury resource of Mercury. I'll have a floodplain. I'll have the the wheat. I'll have elephant, and then further on down there, just a little bit south, there's another two wheat slot and an elephant slot. But I don't know if it's the best place to put a city. But that one that I just placed right there is a good idea. With the Mercury and putting myself up against the Australians and the Polish and stopping their encroachment along that river and grabbing that from them, I think I did a good job there on the whole other side of the desert. And then you can see there's India on the right coming up with an elephant. So, War Elephant versus Patat the Archer. I think that would go in the favor of the War Elephant if I had to guess. Cavalry strong against archers in almost every game, including this one, so probably. Trying to pick a city spot. Which spot is the optimal spot to place the city? I want to be able to get the most resources and also not overlap with myself as much as possible, or have as little possible encroachment from Amsterdam. And look, there's another settler. And whatever, yeah, okay, Australia. I didn't mean to settle over by you. Oh, I didn't really. I mean, I did, but you know, was was not like a big threat against your one size city of Lisbon. Like I put one size city down near your one size city. Like, although I feel it, I get mad whenever the NPCs do it to me. So I think it's realistic that they get mad back. Now you can see here me trying to kiss Tamiris' ass a little bit, get a little bit of something out of her, but not much that I can do. Um, Definitely not denouncing her, but she's clicking all the buttons apparently, and she won't accept my money, so she stays mad. Alexander the Great still smiling, smiling, but you can see Tamiris kind of closing in here. Look, archers all around. Now I'm thinking another war? Really? I'm gonna have to fight Tamiris after I just fought Alexander the Great? Like this is gonna be trouble. I might lose this city. Now, not a giant sunk cost because it was a stolen settler, but boom, and then you have horses coming in, and I'm I'm thinking not good. I did not bolster my military enough. I underestimated Immortal. I'm gonna lose early. I'm not gonna upload it. But since I've already told you, I don't lose early. Oh, and I blocked them and they backed off. I got their spot. I'm about to park a city like it's hot. About to park a city like it's hot. Yeah, so definitely saw them coming up there to try and get a spot on that river, and am glad that I had a little bit of repellent there that was able to push them away. Decided that's the best spot to found it right there, and now I have 4 cities. So I would say that's like the base, it's the foundation. It's the 4 cornerstones of your empire. So I've got a trio up here in this double river basin. I'm gonna call it, it's like with a little delta. It's almost like an Amazonian type because you have the jungle there, but not far away you have desert. So it's almost like an island kind of vibe where you've got both jungles and deserts near each other. Um, yeah, maybe not the most realistic actual layout. I think that huge maps look a little less realistic than small maps. I think the small maps look more like the real world with like less giant rivers, and each city seems bigger. But I prefer playing because I come from Civilization 2, 3, and in 2, 3 it's like totally different type of zoom. It feels like more like the huge, even normal size on those old ones, like it felt like, you like really extensive, big cities and empires. It was much more, I don't know, it was much more like gridded, but that might have something to do with the road system. There's a big road system, and man, people would build roads, talking about roads, and then once you got to upgrade all the roads, are like this giant gridded crisscross thing. But thinking about getting a boost on the settlers. I'm not sure what I do pick here. We'll have to see. You want to rush to get political philosophy as fast as possible. Put state workforce, building specialty district in 22 turns. That's hard to get done when I don't have one already cooking, and I've got 9 turns towards my wall in Moreau. But I was gonna wrap up the game here, but I did not want to because I still had Tamiris nipping at my heels, and that's why I'm shifting my units down that way, kind of like moving them southwesternly. I really would like to get more exploration out to the right. That's the downside to running Nubia and not picking a scout early on, is that you don't get that real nice picture of the map and what it looks like. But uh, I'm trying to build walls because, like I said, I think I'm going a little bit defensive here. Expansive and defensive. I want to expand my cities and then turtle them up. I want to build my city out and then turtle them up. So yeah, no walls in that new city down there though, and it's pretty isolated. You can see I've got a decent forest to my north and only a few things. So I'm definitely I try and haggle the heck out of her. I really do. And it doesn't work great, but what I do end up with is peace. And that's a good thing for me. I did not need to be fighting her with Tamiris coming on me, and I don't want the negative bonuses from being at war or the debuffs from being at war. I'm trying to get out of war, like so I'm trying to figure out a way. I don't want to pay 15 gold for 30 turns for elephants when I don't even need the extra luxury like that. I got luxuries. Although she's got 3 of them, you'd think she'd be a little bit more willing to come off of it. But I can also see how she might think, well, I can get a better deal for it, or why would I trade you one for one and help you out? Or she might even think you need peace almost as much as I do, because she might see Tamiris coming on me. I don't know if the AI is that smart, but I mean, that's how I'd be thinking. I'd be like, look, you need peace with me right now, otherwise I'm coming at you with Tamiris and you're shut down. I feel like there's got to be a better way to say Tamiris. It sounds like an old person's name. You can see me navigating that archer around to come in from the north side and flank them. So kind of hammer and anvil, split their flank. It's not always the best move in this game, but it seemed like my only chance to really I'm trying to shuck and jive Tamara's trying to push her in, and look how many forces she has that I did not see there. Like, she is beefed up, and she's got horsemen, which will just trample my archers. So, what can I do? Can I send a delegation? Oh, and she took the delegation, I do believe. And you can see up in the top right corner, she has gone to not hating me. So, I'm not sure whether it was he wants open borders. He's gonna give me 7 gold for it. Like, I guess cool. I'm not sure if it was the archer coming down and Tamiris, whether she wanted to be seen as a her or a him, whatever gender they chose. Whatever gender they chose, Tamiris, they backed off. Starts to back off. So yeah, they are appeased. It may have been the troop that I brought in from the top, but I think most likely it was the 35 gold that I sent to her capital, which was not much, but she seemed to be okay with it. And I'm trying to make friends with anyone who's cool. I send him a delegation. I'm just trying to get the world not to hate me. And this is about all. There's just a little bit here towards the end, and this has been Spin Trip Fall. I'll keep playing this, hopefully. It may be a little while, but I'm not sure if I'll do it live commentary or if I'll do it like this again. This takes a lot of time. You can see those Patati archers are expensive. But yep, this is Spin Trip Fall, and if you want to watch some more of the videos I made, then you can click somewhere on the screen. There'll be some videos. If you want to subscribe, you can click to down there underneath the video to see more of these, possibly find out how this ends. And if you press the like button, then I'll like you back. How about that? Y'all have a good one.